Hey guys, I'm Anthony.
I'm Alora.
Thank you so much for tuning back into our channel. If you can, make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Yep, and the notification bell.
Yep, and if you hit that like button, that would be amazing for us. We want the algorithm to pick up these videos and start pushing it to other people that are looking for this type of content. So today, what are we going to talk about?
Unpopular opinion.
Exactly, our unpopular opinions. Yes. And I believe we have a few, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this. So, first one is baby wearing is easy. Is it though?
Yeah, I think it's easy. Me being the parent who majority was baby wearing, I will say that I did not know anything about how to wear the wraps, and that's what a lot of moms will, or people who used to have babies, they think it's really cool, but they always say, well, I never knew how to do it, and it looked just so hard that I just never used mine. And I would say to that it takes 5 minutes. Just hop on YouTube really quick and you can literally go through it. A lot of baby wraps actually come with instructions too. So if you're like that visual person that likes to look at the, blueprint of how people are putting it on and everything, you can do that as well. But there's so many YouTube videos out there.
Yeah. And
there's also so many types of wraps. I know Anthony didn't like the wraps that I wore, and so he had other carriers like
Right, the ones with the buckles seem to fit me better, and they're honestly a little bit easier. If I wanted to transfer the baby to Alora, I could literally just unbuckle everything, and we would just take one arm out, she put it in hers, and then we kind of switch that way.
That's true.
That's something that we realized soon. The other thing I want to say was that not just dads, but moms too. I see them carrying around the car seat, in the stores, or using the stroller in the stores. And yes, it's comfortable for the baby, of course, but at the same time, it's an inconvenience to you because you have to actually carry these things in your car. So you have limited space now for groceries or what have you, and at the same time, you're like working out the whole time. I just feel like it's a waste of time and space. So you're better off wearing your child because they're close to you, and they'll fall asleep on you. Or Alora's had to feed our child in the store before while carrying her, and really that was like I think the savior for that.
Right, it was.
Yeah.
Speaking of Astra, she must have heard her name here. Going back to what Anthony was saying, that you don't need to carry it everywhere you go. That stroller we don't have to carry inside of our car, so we have a lot more space to do things, as well as your child. All they want is you. They want to feel that warmth. So it's nice. Two, our second one is screen time is not needed for babies. So, well, how do you get the baby to sit still? And babies are literally distracted by every single thing because everything is new to them. So if you have mobiles that you can see, babies love to just look at like everyday household items. So things that are safe to give to a baby, spoons and stuff like that, they would love to just look at, and it's an adventure for them. They've never seen any of this, so there's really no reason to stop their focus and their work by distracting them with really, really bright lights like screens.
Right, and the screens themselves, the blue light is going to affect their eyesight eventually, because we all deal with it. Like, that's why we have those blue glasses, the blue light glasses, to deflect the light when you're working or whatever. But for a baby, the constant tunnel vision they get from watching a TV show over and over again and binge watching at such a young age, it's gonna have adverse effects in their overall like growth and development. It's gonna inhibit them from actually experiencing everyday activities.
Right.
So
you see it too, right?
Yeah, it's bothering us. Shoe fly. So with that being said, take it with a grain of salt. Do your research, of course. We'll throw some links in there at the bottom here, just so you could at least read up on it.
Right.
But we're gonna move on to our third unpopular opinion, which is you can't spoil a baby. And I know you've heard this a lot of times from your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your grandparents, your cousins, everyone that has a baby, and you pick up your child, they're like, stop spoiling them, right?
Right. But you cannot spoil a child, especially a newborn child.
Right.
They need their parent, regardless of whom it is.
Right.
They've been in their mother for 10 months now, because it's 9 full months going into the 10th month.
Right.
And at this point, it's scary not being with them and inside of them. So whenever your child needs you, don't listen to the hype. Just grab your child when they need you, and they will not. I think it's actually on the contrary, because people say that you'll spoil them enough where they can't be independent, but in retrospect, it's actually the opposite.
Right.
They become more independent because their needs were met when they needed to be met.
Right.
And so when you don't hold them and they need you, they're always going to be longing for that.
Right.
Because they never got it.
Right.
And
you hear that a lot with adults today when they're going therapy because mom wasn't
around,
giving them the love. Dad was being super mean or abusive in some way.
Or he was never
or
there.
Just not there. Like,
right.
And
you feel that.
Right. You feel that as you grow older. So giving them that love, affection, attention
we all crave it. Just give it to them, and you love it too. Don't even lie.
Yeah.
So
it's necessary.
Yes, super necessary. So you can't spoil a baby.
Right.
Debunked.
So now we're gonna go on to our last one for this video, and that is you don't need a crib.
That's right. You don't need a crib. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy.
No crib.
You do not need a crib. We do not own a crib for Astra.
No, we do not.
So what do we do instead?
We have a floor bed, a floor mattress. It's part of our Montessori structure that we're providing for Astra as she's growing up right now, and it allows her to be more free. She's not confined to bars or anything that's not allowing her to walk and explore. She's not gonna get hurt.
Right.
Laura mentioned that to me earlier, that babies, you know more than I do, but
yeah, so there's a lot of studies that show that children, especially once they become more mobile, are prone to trying to jump out of their cribs, are prone to trying to put their arms through their cribs. Sometimes they get stuck.
Yeah.
And they have to actually cut the crib bars. There's different things that actually happen, and we don't live in the time period when cribs were actually necessary, when the floors were dirty and there was no carpet or rugs. It was just not a clean or safe environment for children.
Right.
Of course, we don't have anything around Astra that could end up potentially hurting her.
Right.
So you do need to make your space safe for a little baby if you're going to do the floor mattress. But before that, she was in a bassinet of her own, and now she's in her floor mattress because she has learned how to turn over and roll over, and she enjoys it. Honestly, she waits for us to kind of help her out, but I know soon come she will be moving about on her own.
Right.
And that will be just a joyous experience. When they had the floor bed from the start, this just helps them get acclimated to all of it prior to, so you don't really have that child that wants to not be in bed type thing.
Right.
Of course, that's not always the case. Children are going to be children. They're curious, they want to see their environment, and that's okay. But it happens a lot earlier in their lifetime, so by the time 2, 3, 4 rolls around and you're wanting to switch them out like you would in American society, that's not a thing.
right. So
What are you doing?
those were our 4 unpopular opinions for this first episode, or part 1 of our
Yes. If you guys
Unpopular
like
opinions.
this and if you want us to keep going, we'll keep going. Astra is definitely saying something over there. She said to click that subscribe button.
hit
And
that notification bell.
yes, yes, yes. Ding, ding, ding.
Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions or ideas that you want us to talk about, or you are combative on anything that we're saying. Like, it's a debate at the end of the day, and we would love to just debate with you if that's the case.
You know, everybody has their own ways of bringing up their children, so these are just our opinions.
Our unpopular opinions. So peace out.
Peace.
We out.